We the people of the state of Jefferson, ever mindful of the rights we hold most dear, life, liberty, and property, are compelled to establish this, our new state, for the preservation of these natural inalienable rights. Our mandate for the protection of life, liberty, and property gives urgent voice to our demand for representation that reflects our needs, our history, our culture, and our moral imperfectude. Time has come for 51. This is Terry Rapoza.
And Wynn Carpenter. You're listening to Jefferson State of Mind podcast.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I think that most of you out there, no matter what state you're in, you probably can relate to this, especially during the times of COVID. I'm sure during the times of COVID, you can relate to this. And this is something that a young woman wrote here. Very astute young woman wrote here.
Yep.
And I think that even though I'm going to use Shasta County as an example, I think most of you can relate to this. The Shasta County supervisors are counting on you to forget. Forget 2020. Forget your businesses were forced to close. Forget the confusion. Forget the shifty science. Forget they locked you out of the chambers. Forget they supported mandatory flu shots for healthcare workers. Forget they didn't hold the chief member of your health department accountable for school guidance that kept your kids distracted, distanced, and masked well beyond necessary. Forget they removed the seats in our chambers here with taxpayer money. Forget that they failed to terminate a local emergency. Forget they revoked a Waterworks Park's complete permit to where they couldn't do anything. Forget that they allowed HHS to harass business owners, and then forget when they said they sold their souls. Forget they violated the Brown Act, which protects us from them. Forget they refused to meet with constituents. Forget all the wasteful spending. Forget they pushed us to test, and then use cases to keep us in shutdown. Forget that some businesses never reopened. Forget some children will never recover. Forget they prioritized a social contract over the supreme law of the land. Forget that this Board of Supervisors in Shasta County mishandled Windsor and many people that were elderly died. Forget how they used their power to benefit themselves and their pet projects and not the people. Forget it. Just forget it. This too shall pass. We can get back to business as usual. No need to recall the hellish year this community endured. Just forget it. Wasn't a big deal anyways. We're almost back to normal. I've got news for you, Modi, Rickert, Comenti. The people of Shasta County don't want your normal. We, the people, raised our standard in 2020, and we want good government back. We recall what you've done and what you've said this last year, and we're holding you accountable for it. You're trying to stall us. You're trying to divide us. You're trying to demean us. Keep trying us, and you'll find out what we're made of. This furnace you've built just burns off our dross. It's peeling off your veneer, too. Very revealing. So, yes, we recall Shasta 2020, and you are still being recalled. That was written by Alyssa McEwen.
Well done, Alyssa.
You know, and when you stop and you read through that and you think about, a situation where the Brown Act to protect us, they threw it right out the window. And here's something else, too. A state of emergency, the definition of a state of emergency is when the public resources are overwhelmed by the threat. The public resources are overwhelmed by the threat.
Like a hospital having not enough beds or space to accommodate.
No firemen, no police,
Right.
Nothing can be done, no doctors, nothing.
Right.
How many counties in California was that applicable to? Can you say none? How many counties was that applicable to in your state? How many were there?
Right.
I talked to a wonderful lady today in New York City who asked me if I knew who Governor Cuomo was.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody knows that, man. Everybody.
Yes.
So we need to hold them accountable.
We do.
How do we do that? They're breaking the law.
We charge them with that.
You think?
Yes, we do. And we've actually done that here. We've had a gentleman bring that forward, and it went to the DA's office, and then it fell on deaf ears. And it's still sitting over there festering or what have you, but nothing's been done with it.
Okay, so but who handles the money
Right.
for the DA?
That would be the same people that
they're being recalled.
Yes, yes.
And aren't they standing against the people who want to do the recall?
They are. And not only just standing against them, but they're slandering them. And then they've created an agency, if you will, or a PAC, or whatever you want to call it, to fight against the very people who are fighting against them to do the recall.
Who's funding it?
That's the question. Nobody knows.
I heard each one of those supervisors, Modi, Rickert, and Clementi, on radio ads.
Mm-hmm.
Who's funding it?
They never say.
Don't they have to be transparent?
They have to be, but
Who's funding it?
They're not. Yeah. The recall movement is being transparent and has filed all appropriate documents here in the state of California. And I'm sure other states have some system that's similar to that you have to file the appropriate paperwork so that you can go through the process. You can get funding through the good people that support what you're doing and go through that process so you can have the money to, create the signage and the petitions, because you have to pay for those petitions. And then you have to pay for filing the petitions with the very county of the people that you are trying to recall. And so there is a lot to the process, and you can go off into the weeds on this, but there is a lot to that process, and it's very frustrating. It's very daunting. And our team here doing the recall has done a stellar job. They've been on top of it all the way down to the /S/, which stands for signature electronically. And it's been one of those things where it's been frustrating beyond belief for some of the team that has taken the responsibility and stepped up to the plate and has decided that they're going to do their part, doing their civic duty, and they're being supported by everybody else around them, but it always comes down to one or two people that have to take the bull by the horns and deal with it.
Amen.
They are the ones that have to sign on the dotted line. They are the ones that have to take the ultimate responsibility. They are the ones that have to be the ultimate voice that's out there speaking, writing, doing whatever has to be done. They are the ultimate ones that have to be put forward, but they have a whole team around them supporting them, doing everything that's going on. But again, they are the ones that are going to be ridiculed. They're going to be the targets of opposition. They're going to be the ones who are going to be made fun of and all the other things that happen. And they're being slandered and they're being intimidated by the very DA's office here in Shasta County, sending out agents to go out and harass investigators, yes, if you will. Yeah, they're investigating, right.
Why?
When that same department, the DA's department, is so overworked, they don't have time to even do some of these cases. They're settling them out of court because they don't have enough time to do them, but they have enough time to go out and harass the good citizens of our county.
Well, they're underfunded. They don't have any people to work. They can't get juries. They
Right.
can only get 15 at a time. We
Yeah.
have so many cases. Oy.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah, they're going to go out and slander these good people.
two young women.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Okay, here's something, folks, and we're going to leave it with this. But this is something you all need to look up. And the nice thing is it's only one paragraph.
There you go.
So everyone needs to look up United States Code Title 18, Code Section 242. Acts under color of law include acts not only done by a state or local officials within the bounds or limits of their lawful authority, but also acts done without and beyond their lawful authority. Provided that, in order for the unlawful acts of any official to be done under color of any law, the unlawful acts may be done while such official is purporting or pretending to act in their performance of his or her official duties. Is there a violation of that with 3 supervisors getting in front of TV cameras, talking about sending companies to the FPPC?
Right.
Different people, individual people, harassing people, running ads. Why is it that the Board of Supervisors is trying to stop a lawful constitutional process from just happening? Why not just let it happen? Why not just let it happen? Why are they questioning? What are they hiding?
Well, let it either succeed or fall flat on its face.
What are they hiding?
They are hiding.
What are they hiding?
What was that title again?
United States Code, Title 18, Code Section 242.
Perfect. Yeah.
We'll see you on the flip side. Welcome back. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back. I know I don't quit my day job, right?
No.
Okay. I thought I had potential.
You
Got
do.
a future.
You do, but not doing that.
All right. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is Terry Rapoza and Win Carpenter back with you again. Let's talk about the Second Amendment. Let's talk about sheriffs. Let's talk about laws. Let's talk about gun laws. Let's talk about the Second Amendment being infringed. Let's use a little example. Win and I are in California, and we're going to go down and we're going to buy ourselves a gun. It's our constitutional right. It's our property.
Yep.
We can legally buy it. We should be able to legally use it in its proper form anywhere we want. But let's go down and buy it. We're in California. So we go down to the store. He buys a handgun. I buy a long gun. First thing we have to do is fill out a form and pay some money. Next thing we have to do is we have to wait for a period of, 10 to 20 days?
10 days.
10 days. So finally, we get our permission for our constitutionally protected right to get our firearm. Now, driving home in California, first of all, we must put the arms in a locked case. Yes, that's right, folks. You people that are in Texas, I know, are probably passing out right now. But we have to lock them up in a case, and the ammunition has to be away from that case.
Yep. Separate storage.
Separate storage.
Yep.
So we have that separated. On the way home, we're accosted by a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Wynn jumps out of the car and says, "Stay right there. Put your gun down for a minute. Let me open my case." So he runs to the trunk and he opens it up and he grabs his handgun. And he says, "Hang on a minute, I've got to load it." So he goes to the front seat, goes under the seat, loads it up, ready to rock and roll. That sounds absurd, doesn't it? It gets even better. You get the gun home. So now the gun is home in its locked case, and you have to put it someplace where it's locked, in a safe or someplace where it's locked up, because you can't have it unlocked in your home. So you take it home, you put it in your little case, you've got everything all locked up, and here you go. The next thing that happens is that you want to take it with you somewhere. Well, now you have to get permission. So you get a thing called a CCW, California Concealed Weapon.
Yep.
What do you have to do? You have to pay money. But first you have to take a class and pay money.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to go fill out your form and pay money.
And then you get to get interviewed by your sheriff's department to see if you're of right mind and stability to be able to carry such weapon.
But I thought this was a constitutional right.
Oh, it is.
No, I have to get permission.
Yeah, you do.
So you're saying that a CCW is a privilege?
It is.
No.
Yes.
So, okay, well, what if I want to open carry? Isn't that a privilege?
No.
No. Oh,
Not in California.
not in California. Oh, that's right. There is a law, isn't there?
Yeah.
26150B2, which states in the state of California, any county under 200,000 people, the sheriff may issue an open carry permit. How many open carry permits have been issued in counties of under 200,000 in the state of California?
0.
What?
They don't even have a form. They don't even have such form or application process with the state or with the counties in California. Cannot be done.
So there's a law on the books with no applicable way to
use it.
to use
The
another
law. To use the law
Law.
to the citizen's benefit. Right.
yeah, or to use another privilege.
Correct.
Where does it say in the Second Amendment that we have a privilege?
It doesn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Positive. It's a right.
It's all right.
A right to bear.
Well, what if you have a constitutional sheriff? Oh, wait. Is there anything in the Constitution that says anything about a constitutional sheriff?
No.
How about the state constitution?
No.
Isn't that in, like, some sort of article in the Constitution there's such a thing as a constitutional sheriff?
No.
But there should be sheriffs who follow the Constitution.
Absolutely.
And I would term that person who is a sheriff who follows the Constitution as a constitutional sheriff, but it's not something that's applicable.
Right.
Because the chief law enforcement officer in the county is the sheriff. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Except
except for now they have direct supervision under the state attorney general.
What?
Yeah,
In California?
in California.
So you're telling me that in California that the sheriff isn't the top law enforcement officer in the state?
That's correct.
Or not in the
In
state,
the
in the
county.
county?
In the county, that's correct.
Why? Oh, I know why. I see it right here. Article 5, Section 13 of the California Constitution, amended while we were sleeping
Yep.
on November the 5th, 1974. Everybody who's saying, gee whiz, we need to have a sanctuary Second Amendment county in the state of California, yes, we do.
Amen.
Yes, we do. And God bless the California Rifle and Pistol Association for pushing that. But guess what? That may be unconstitutional in the state of California because of an unconstitutional law in our Constitution that was amended on November the 5th, 1974, that states as follows.
Yep.
It shall be the duty of the Attorney General to see that laws of the state are uniformly and adequately enforced. The Attorney General shall have direct supervision over every district attorney, sheriff, and over such other law enforcement officers as to be designated by law in all matters pertaining to the duties of their respective offices, and may require any of said officers to make reports concerning the investigation, detection, prosecution, and punishment of a crime in their respective jurisdictions. As to the Attorney General may seem advisable, whenever in the opinion, I'm going to say that again, whenever in the opinion of the Attorney General, any law of the state not being adequately enforced in any county, it shall be the duty, I'm going to say it again, the duty of the Attorney General to prosecute any violations of law of which the Superior Court shall have jurisdiction. That means, in the opinion of the Attorney General, remember we talked about in a couple of segments back, we talked about what is law may not be legal, and what is legal may not be lawful.
Yep.
But it's in the opinion of the Attorney General. Now, in California, we have this, really strong conservative Attorney General?
No.
No.
I don't think so. Quite the opposite.
So in his or her opinion, whoever that Attorney General may be in the state of California, and I'm sure that I'd love to hear about what's going on in New York. That's probably a fun one, too.
Yeah.
Who knows what their Constitution says?
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and now, okay, if you're a sheriff, how do you get out of that? How do you say, you know what? I'm not going to go along with this. It's the constitutional protected, God-given right of people to protect themselves, and they can have a firearm, and they're protected under the Fourth Amendment. It's property. It's legal property. Article 3, Section 1, California Constitution. The state of California is an inseparable part of the United States of America, and the United States Constitution is the supreme law of the land, which means...
It trumps.
No pun intended.
Or
maybe.
Maybe.
The California Constitution, sheriffs.
Yep.
And in Article 20 of the California Constitution, you took an oath to uphold the United States Constitution and the California Constitution, except you have that nasty little thing.
Yep.
Article 3, Section 1, that states that the California Constitution can be trumped
Yep.
by the United States Constitution. That's your out, Sheriff. Show some stones, as Ben Franklin would have said.
Exercise it.
Exercise it. Mm-hmm. So with that, we're going to wrap up this segment. God bless America.
Amen, brother.
Hey, CA, come out and play. Have you seen the bill we all have to pay? It's not our bill. We had no say. You don't serve us, you serve LA. The time has come for 51 in a Jefferson state of mind. no clue, and still you're telling us what to do. We don't know you or what you face. It's time to start a brand new state. The time has come for 51 in a Jefferson